High Heat 2023. We're here with the voice of Hot Shot, David D. Simon.
And D, here at the site of High Heat 2023, early morning, sort of the calm before the storm. Teams coming in, checking in, getting their uniforms. Blood drive has now arrived, which is a big factor to what we do here in the event. Front yard, spike ball, just introduced. This is our second edition of spike ball. Caused a little bit of, people that aren't competing in, let's say, the dodgeball or the kickball or the volleyball. It's another way for them to compete in this illustrious day. So spike ball second edition, we'll take you through the yard and we'll show you some of the different things that we're doing this year. Of course, we cannot miss the car giveaway. Each year, you have a chance to win your Joyride, ultimately. This year, they opened up the doors. You got the 4x4 Jeep. They got the Sahara edition, it looks like. I actually had this car. This is one of my first cars. This is a good car. So here's the car raffle giveaway. We'll continue to walk on through the yard. Here you got your security and check-in desks for the players, the athletes, all the contestants that are coming in here today. The Lighthouse truck, perhaps one of the biggest attractions for the youth that are coming to the event. You come back in here in a few hours, this thing will be backed up to the street. Now we'll continue to walk on through the yard and give you a taste of some of the other events, as well as some of the eateries that we have set up here for today. Continue to walk on through the yard. One of the biggest attractions here over the last few years has been, shockingly, the dodgeball. You come back here at 5 o'clock, it is raucous, it is pure bedlam. You got the co-ed dodgeball, which I think is truly why that really creates so much tension and so much build-up. Mixture of teams between boys and girls. This year, they added the addition of the cage. So we're going into the cage. That is a new addition for this event. Now we'll come back in here. Of course, everyone wants the chance to win some dough, and we'll have some of the best backgammon players of the day competing in here, starting up in here by the porch. Keep them in the shade. We'll keep the sound a little bit down as they started, but here's the backgammon. Last year's champion was Barry Sitt, trying to repeat here. That should be interesting. Come back here around 7 o'clock. Looks like we even spotted an official grabbing a game there. Get him, Sam. Now we'll work our way back down to the pool area. We'll continue to move around. Of course, over here will be where the food is set up. You could expect some tuna burgers, some french fries, some pastas, some hot brick oven pizza. Ultimately, there's the food station. They set up the kitchen right over there. You expect some great food. And then ultimately, we'll continue to work back through. Of course, one of the great attractions here is the volleyball. The championship will probably be somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock. They play it out in the sand. They're getting it wet. They're getting it watered. They're getting it dampered. They just want that perfect traction for this event. Typically brings a lot of attraction, a lot of chaos. This is a good event. And around 7, 8 o'clock, you can expect the final here. Continue to work on through the pergola. You'll have some fruit, some bagels, some grab-and-go bites, some Gatorade, some water. And now, of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't go down to center court at the heart of it all. Of course, the main attraction, center court, Hot Shot 2023, the 18th edition. This is as good as it gets. We tipped off our first game We got our private row seats here in the first row with Gianni. Beautiful covers. And here at the site of center court, early morning hours, here with Joe Sutton, the founder, creator, and commissioner of Hot Shot Joe. Give me your thoughts right now. I know you're about to play a game. Just give me one or two sound bites.
Very anxious, very nervous.
Talk to me about yourself. Talk to me about the emotions of the day.
Every emotion you can think of. I've been doing this for 18 years, and it's still, I couldn't sleep all night last night. I woke up at the crack of dawn. I'm so... I just want to get it.
Now it's a balancing act for you because you have so much to balance amongst the tournament, amongst keeping everyone happy.
It's very hard.
You're competitive.
I want to win this tournament.
And you want to win. So how do you
put one hat on the other? It's very, very difficult. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Hopefully we get that bye so I can get a little more time to do that. That's the goal. Get that bye.
Be able to reset. How your boys feeling? The team's feeling calm, feeling ready?
I think we're ready to go.
Wow, that's it. You heard it here. Joe Sutton, commissioner. I'll let him get ready for this big day. Heard it here. D. Simmons live, center court. And then, of course, stadium-like seating in the back, which really should add. We added about 180 seats, which really should now allow for more of the youth and more of the fans. A lot of times you have people that are packed around that can't sit. So ultimately that will be great, expanded seating. And last but not least, one of the main attractions here, which is our semi-final blockbuster. We got Jack Sid versus Stanley Chira and Haim Mizrahi versus Elias Abadi, singles. This should be bedlam. They're going to play the semifinals now, and then they'll ultimately move over about a few hours later, give the players rest so that they can ultimately be fresh for the final, which will probably take place around 5, 6 o'clock here at 54 Roosevelt. Introducing for the first time in this High Heat Invitational is the Pickleball Classic. All right, we're going to walk over here. Everyone knows the recent trend that pickleball has had. It's grown tremendously. Old, young, and in between. We talked about even Mark Braha, who left the court of basketball to start playing pickleball and now has come back to his senses. But here is the first annual pickleball edition at High Heat. Again, like I told you, you got a mixture of all different ages. You got young, you got old, you got in between. A lot of intensity and passion. This should be an interesting event. Ultimately, the hype's not there now, but you expect as the day trickles on, some people will ultimately make their way over here. So again, it's an incredible day. We went through it all. We went through the blood drive. We went through the volleyball, the pickleball, the dodgeball. We brought in the cage this year, pickleball, tennis, and then of course the main event, Hot Shot basketball. That's D. Simmons wrapping it up here for your 2023 High Heat intro.